great marijuana. That is the purpose of this meeting, ladies and gentlemen.
Marijuana is referred to as Mary Jane, pot, weed, or tea.
That Michoacan, man, Acapulco Gold, man. I even smoke that tight stick.
We're smoking reefer.
The weirdest thing smoking on the internet. The Podheads Web Show.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's 420 on a hashtag Weed Wednesday, and you are in the Cypher with the Podheads. I'm your Commander-in-Chief, Frank the Tank, and as always, I'm hanging with my very best buds, JB Perez.
Yeah, what's up? It's JB Perez in the Cypher with my best buds. We're the Podheads Web Show at Podheads Web Show on all the social media spots, guys. You already know. WJHM102jams.com, Steelways Radio, Rock 100 Biz, YouTube, WeTube, all the spots where you hear all your podcasts. That's where we're at. Thank you for listening to us. We're back here on a Weed Wednesday. Hashtag that shit. Let's get to it. What's up, C Money?
Yeah, buddy. On all these popular streaming platforms, you can actually just Google us. Everything will pop up right there. I think you can actually access the episodes from there, too. It's pretty dope. So, yeah, let's get right to it. We have some interesting cannabis and COVID news that might be a lifesaver there. And, yeah, can't wait. Let's do it. 7-10 day. Let's get started, boys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good call, C Money. It is 7-10, though you are not going to be watching this on 7-10, but we did record it on July 10th. So if you flip that 7-10 upside down, what you get is oil. If you didn't know, now you do know. It's the dab in, the oil smokers 420, and you know we're all about all of that good stuff. So we're all dabbing today, right? I got a little pen with a hybrid. What you guys smoking on?
Yeah, we're definitely pro-choice on the Podheads Web Show here. So whether you smoke weed or you oil, happy 7-10 day. And I got my reclaim here. I'm almost out, but I did want to bring it out because it's 7-10, and I got my green waiting for me later. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Skittles, man. I'm sure you guys have heard of that strand before. It's called the Skittles with a Z.
Skittles. Yes.
It tastes very fruity, candy-like. I'm sure there's some chemical cancer stuff in there too. Yeah, it's like a curse with these fucking pens, dude, because I can burn through them so fast, but I love that instant head rush, just that 0 to 100 feeling.
I bought some bootleg, green. I call it bootleg. It's really illegal fucking marijuana. And the packaging these days is crazy. Like the Skittles brand, they have like the rainbow and the Skittles logo on it. I mean, that's more effort than the companies put into it. They just throw it in a box. You understand? Like, man, you got to give it up to these, pioneers, not pioneers, but like business people. Yeah. Just doing their thing, getting their marketing out. Marketing is everything.
Big time. And folks, we're doing it as we always do here. We like to get lit before these episodes. We're a little bit extra lit today.
For real.
Yeah, the sky is falling. It's rainstorms everywhere. So yeah, we're just all in to bunkering down, trying to stay dry and stay high, how we always do here in the Podheads. Guys, let's get right into it because we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk the poor Will Smith, Goya, and Mr. Trump. But before we get into those and the segments you love, I wanted to talk about COVID-19 and cannabis. I have been a long proponent of obviously cannabis, but saying that it's a miracle plant. It helps fight cancer. It helps with cataracts and all kinds of other diseases, right? We have cannabinoid receptors in our body. The plant, whether you believe in God or science, it's quite clear that cannabis was put on this earth for human consumption in one way, shape, or the other. But C Money blew my mind today when he sent me a post about how cannabis could be fighting COVID-19.
Yeah, so the headline from Forbes was researchers are looking at cannabis as a potential way to treat COVID-19. And the paragraph that really stuck out to me, again, that's the article if you want to search it on Forbes. I'm sure there'll be a link in the description as well. The paragraph that stood out to me, it said, after looking at the research done on cannabis and COVID by other scientists, they were able to determine that cannabis, a special strain in particular, could potentially block COVID-19 from even entering a person's body to begin with. So it would just be so ironic if after all this time they made it federally legal because they just can't beat this pandemic. Imagine that. Now, I'm not going to tell you the strand. I'm not going to tell you anything off. That's the clickbait. That's the cliffhanger. But what do you think, guys? There could be some promise.
Okay, so I was going to ask you, they did name the strand in the report, so good, because I'm going to figure it out too. No, they're not going to make weed legal to save anybody. They would have legalized, they would have made masks legal to save everybody. You understand? What they'll do is they'll take that particular strand, claim that shit, patent it, do something sketchy, because you already know. So if this is true, right, if it turns out that this particular strand does something to COVID-19, I mean, people are still dying, today on COVID-19. Of course, they're going to use it, right?
Yeah.
It's just not, but we're not going to see any benefit of that. Trust me.
Not anytime soon, at least. But you said this report came out of Canada, and you mentioned earlier, it's a good. Thank God that other countries have just legalized it across the board so that they can fund and allow studies like these, that we can learn these. If one strand or a few strands can help fight COVID, imagine what some other strands out there could be battling again.
And there are thousands of strands, tens of thousands of strands probably. You have to research these things. And, today I have the week of weed, and I'm going to bring you something that it's already making me mad because I already know it in my head, and it's not going to get any better. I'll just leave it at that. God damn it. I'm glad that other countries are taking the initiative in that front to study cannabis for what it truly is, or for what it is. What is it? A plant. Can we just study a plant?
William Randolph Hearst, man. That's the scumbag. He's one of the guys responsible for making marijuana what it is today. That dude was the guy who funded the commercials that would say black and Mexicans would rape white women who smoked marijuana. Yeah, that was that guy.
Reefer madness, bro.
Fuck you, William.
For paper. All because of paper. It had nothing to do with anything. It was because he was involved in the paper industry. That's scumbag.
Yeah, so just to bring it back to the health thing, I mean, I'm not gonna claim that I don't have COVID because of that, but I've been smoking for a long time, and I haven't, knock on wood. Whatever that means to me, whatever that means to you, whatever. Take it or leave it. Toots. But to me, it means something. And again, it's all about the studies. The studies are out there. Google it for yourselves. Screw the podheads. Let me Google this. What do they talk about? And you will see. In Israel, I don't have it in this week of weed because it's a small news, but Israel just became the world's importer of medical cannabis. Okay, it's not necessarily to feed all their medical cannabis needs, it's to research it. Okay, Germany next on that line. So you see other countries are taking the lead. This story's coming out of Canada. Okay, these other countries are taking the lead, understanding the consequences of this plant, of just this plant. You understand? While and I'll tell you in the week of weed, we are literally fighting it to the core. Our politics are, at least. You understand?
It's a miracle plant, bro. Like I said, there's not a single part of the plant that goes to waste. Every part of it can be used, from the stem to the freaking very bud. And I just don't understand. I do understand why the government, at least the U.S. government, doesn't want to fund research and doesn't want to legalize it across the board. But again, I'm very grateful that countries like Canada are doing research like this. Like you said, countries like Israel are out there, Germany.
And COVID-19 is a hot ticket right now. So you connect marijuana to COVID-19. You know what? I made fun of C Money, but you know what? I'll take it. If it does lead to anything productive, then I'll take it. It's the silver lining in this COVID-19. You have to find COVID-19 silver lining in anything, and we'll take it. Marijuana could, if it's just this strand, I'll take that strand too. I will smoke all that, call it anti-COVID-19 strand. I smoke that shit all day, every day. I guarantee you, I get high.
They'll charge like $1,000
for real. Oh my god!
You let the government get their hands on it.
Yep. Big Pharma, or call it big weed. That's what's his name? C Money.
Are you talking about Steve D'Angelo?
Thank you, Steve D'Angelo. He says it all the time on his Instagram and his sayings. Be careful about big canna. All right. We know, not quoting him, but puppeteers, bro. Money. It comes, it's downhill kind of stuff. Who really controls this stuff, right? And again, a plant. So to keep that in the hands of big canna / big pharma, careful.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same people, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the tobacco companies are getting involved in cannabis. They're gonna throw nicotine in that shit. Just
While you're running to the pharmacy or to the doctor, to the weed doc to get your prescription. That's why none of us have. I mean, really, because we know somewhere down the line, there's some sketch shit going on there. My bad.
It's too much money, bro. Like it's like $400 plus a fee every couple of months, plus of this, but like plus the weed and the tax, and I'm good.
Kind of a racket. Yeah, kind of a racket.
I believe you guys said it again and again. It is about money, It's a very slow slug here in America because we have to wait for Big Pharma to throw their money into it. You said big tobacco, right? The rich getting richer. They have to wait to get their ducks in a row so they can make money off of that. They're not just, again, I've said it before, people are not going to vote away their money. In America, big money still controls votes. I mean, it is just what it is, and marijuana is not immune to that. Okay, when the government loses this war, then we'll see what it is. Whatever. We got a minute left. Somebody take it off. Yeah, I'm already stoked.
We're all fucked up.
It's no secret that you have to stay healthy, you have to be in shape, you have to eat right, protect your immune system, and apparently cannabis may be also something that's just required daily. Let's hope, right? We'll be right back, guys. It's the unfortunate times of Will Smith. I kind of feel bad for this dude, so we're gonna give him some hope here.
Summertime. Yeah, baby. We'll be right back, guys. This is the Podheads.
If I had another choice, I'd be a doctor,